Tonight, we are also learning new details about a deadly fire in Lithia.
As we continue our community connection now, Frank Wiley joins us with concern over fire rescue response times in the area.
A big talker here tonight. 10 Investigates uncovers new information about how long it took rescue crews to arrive at a fire that killed a dad and his 2 children last year. Emma Morrow found response times are a concern in Hillsborough County.
Hillsborough County Fire Rescue admits that these long response times in certain parts of our area are frankly unacceptable, but it is the current reality for first responders who say they need more resources and they need them now. When flames ignite,
there's now just 2 children and 1 parent still inside.
Every minute matters when it comes to saving a life.
It's fully engulfed. I can't get inside.
It was just before 3 p.m., April 17th, 2023. A mobile home in rural Hillsborough County on the outskirts of Lithia with a family of 5 went up in flames. A mom and her 3-year-old son narrowly escaped. Her husband and other 2 children consumed in the raging blaze. You responded to that call.
Yes, ma'am. I will remember that call for the rest of my life.
Toby Porter is a lieutenant and paramedic with Hillsborough County Fire Rescue. 23 years on the job, but this one left her scarred.
Probably one of the worst fire calls that I've run in my career.
A call where distance and time were a fatal combination.
It was a 16-minute response time.
16 minutes. 10 Investigates has uncovered that 6 minutes too long. The HCFR master plan says the target response time for rural areas is 10 minutes or less.
Time is everything. Time is heart muscle, time is brain cells. And even though we went in and tried to do everything we couldn't change the outcome.
How did that make you feel?
Devastated, that we're not doing the job we're supposed to do, which is to save lives and to be there in time, that we should be there in time, and we weren't.
More than 9 miles stood between the family's home and the closest fire station. Maps suggest an average travel time of 14 to 18 minutes. The solution in this would have been another station.
Yes, ma'am, and I think having a station there would have completely changed the outcome.
Still, HCFR has taken steps to drop response times, putting 5 ambulances in areas with highest call volume and assigning crews to 12-hour shifts. There's also traffic preemption, where trucks use a special signal to help change stoplights green as they travel.
It's actually improved response times year to date compared to 2023. We've seen an improvement of 38 seconds overall in response times, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but 38 seconds can be a big difference in a fire or a medical scene.
10 Investigates found last year alone, Fire Rescue had nearly 140,000 calls for service, with numbers only expected to rise. Right now, Hillsborough County Fire Rescue says it needs about 20 new stations to accommodate the growing population and prevent these kinds of tragedies.
Adding stations reduces response times in a way that technology can't. You know, a 16-minute drive is a 16-minute drive until you drop a station in closer to that area.
But stations cost money. The Community Investment Tax, or CIT, helps pay for critical improvement projects like fire stations. It's a 0.5% sales tax up for renewal in November.
The tax is really important because we cannot keep up with growth.
Gwen Myers is vice chair of the Hillsborough County Commission. She says the CIT renewal would help pay for 9 new fire stations in areas of need.
How do we shorten the response time? That is important. Some people need in areas more fire stations. We're looking at 9. That is really important, that we have fire stations throughout our county so that if something happened, we have an engine and the vehicles can get to that area right quick.
Right now, County Commission proposes Fire Rescue gets $168 million of the CIT if voters approve in November.
We've seen the traffic, we've seen the potholes, we've seen the delayed response times for fire rescue, and so it's essential that the CIT passes.
Essential, first responders say, so we don't have more tragedies where time and distance stand in the way of saving lives.
I know it costs money, but it will save your life one day.
In Lithia, Emerald Morrow, 10 Investigates.
No doubt time really is everything. By the way, if voters pass the CIT in November, some of the 9 proposed fire stations could take years to build. First responders are saying, though, learning CPR can increase survival while you wait for some help out there. Want to point this out, too. You can find more information on our free 10 Tampa Bay app on the community investment tax. Just scroll down to the community section.